I'm too old for this stuff.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most relatable moments in How I Met Your Mother.
I mean, just when things are going so great with Dawn. It's a never-ending battle of my life. Career versus romance.
For this list, we'll be looking at notable scenes and moments in this beloved sitcom that felt incredibly realistic and honest. Did any of these moments ring true for you? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, Baby Fever. It's no secret that Robin isn't exactly the biggest fan of babies. So when Lily goes overboard with the baby talk, tension arises.
It's like it's all you ever talk about, Lily, and I'm sick of it. Well, guess what? I've got some good news. When that baby comes, you don't have to see it. In fact, you don't have to see me. This whole friendship thing, done.
To boot, it's eventually revealed that Robin had a BFF who left her in the dust after having a baby. We're betting a lot of viewers can probably relate to being either Lily, Jessica Glitter, or Robin here. The presence of children can completely change the dynamic of a friendship.
Honey, when you have a baby, all that best friend stuff, hockey, bow hunting for caribou, math, that all goes out the window. I mean, I tried to stay friends with her, but it just didn't happen.
In the end, we were relieved to see Robin reconcile with Jessica and Lily. While it's not always easy to bridge the gap between parents and non-parents in real life, it was encouraging to see people talk honestly about their feelings towards having kids.
I'm sorry I've been going crazy with this baby stuff. I know you hate babies. Whoa, like I hate most babies. But your baby, I'm gonna love that kid so much.
Number 9, Marshall's pep talks. At the beginning of season 4, Marshall is reeling after being fired by the ruthless Arthur Hobbs. The sudden unemployment left him hungry to get back into the working world. Marshall starts out relentlessly optimistic and even gives himself little pep talks before his job interview.
Over the next few weeks, Marshall went on a lot of interviews.
You are confident, you are energetic, you are focused.
However, his standards and self-esteem eventually plummet after multiple failed attempts to secure a job. It's not a stretch to say that everyone either knows someone who's been in Marshall's shoes or has been where he is.
You are sad. You are beaten down. You will get through this, come home, get in your big underpants, and take a nap.
Being unable to secure the job you want is incredibly frustrating. Thankfully, Marshall reminds us that it's okay to feel disappointed as long as you're willing to keep trying.
I need a job, and this is a really good one. It's great pay, and there's good benefits. And to be honest, it gives me a reason to put on pants in the morning.
Number 8, going to the club.
Because tonight, I am getting us all into okay.
Okay, awesome!
What's going on? Did I just have a stroke?
Okay is the name of a club.
Lots of people can't wait to go out on the town with their friends when they're in their early 20s. But by the time Lily, Marshall, Ted, Robin, and Barney are nearly 30, they have mixed feelings about going out to dance clubs.
All right, Tin Man, let's hit it. All right, well, have fun at your little disco, guys.
What the hell happened to these two?
Marshall and I are just growing up.
While Lily thinks growing older means leaving the nightlife behind and hosting a wine tasting, everyone else pushes to keep going out. All friend groups can relate to someone in the gang here. While some people prefer a low-key wine tasting evening, others love to go out and dance. Ted and Lily also demonstrate that what you think might be fun can kinda suck.
I think that's when I realized clubs weren't awesome. Clubs weren't even okay. Clubs sucked. I had to get out of there.
In the end, the cast encourages viewers to spend their free nights how they want. Number 7, Marshall drops the Skittles. Anyone who's gone to a fancy event before might know what it feels like to feel a little out of place. Those same people would also know that it would be a total nightmare to do something embarrassing at one of these events. Unfortunately, poor Marshall lives our worst nightmare when he joins Lily at a gallery opening.
You two keep chugging like that, you're gonna have to Vincent van Gogh to the bathroom, am I right?
It's pronounced Van Gogh. Oh, blah me.
Between sitting on pieces of art and striking out with his corny jokes, he has a rough time. But the icing on the cake comes during a moment of silence when Marshall accidentally drops an entire bag of Skittles. While he eventually recovers by finding common ground with Strickland, we can't help but feel for him.
No more jokes,
No more candy, no more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Hey, are you guys talking Ninja Turtles? I'm a huge TMNT fan. I grew up on those comic books.
Me too, I was obsessed.
Number 6. Relationship or career. Near the end of season 5, big changes are happening for Robin as she moves in with her co-anchor and boyfriend, Dawn. But things get more complicated when she gets a dream job offer in another city.
Wow, this is just very sudden. Sure, I can get you an answer by tomorrow. Okay, thanks.
This is a dilemma that is all too familiar for people who have had to choose between advancing their career or committing to a romantic relationship. At first, Robin fixates on the never-ending battle between her job and her romantic life. Thankfully, Ted points out that she has always prioritized her career.
Career's been trouncing romance for years. It's like the Globetrotters versus the Generals. Career's sinking hook shots from half court. Romance is just a bunch of slow white guys who couldn't make it in the Italian league.
She ends up changing her pattern and picking Dawn over Chicago. While Dawn ultimately takes the job Robin was offered, she showed us all that being vulnerable and following your heart is never a bad choice.
5 years ago, you never would have chosen love over your career, but today, you did.
Looks like I'm getting dumber.
No, just more courageous.
Number 5. Shattering the glass.
And you're constantly using lame catchphrases.
And sometimes you space out and don't even pay attention to what we're talking about. I'm sorry, what?
Although we all have our little quirks, sometimes it takes an outsider to point out what those might be. Everyone in the group gets a bit more self-conscious after Ted starts dating Kathy. While some people notice that she basically never stops talking, Ted is initially too enamored with her to notice. When his friends point this out to him, the perfect image he had built of his new girl is shattered.
She just never shuts up, does she?
She didn't stop to swallow her food. I was scared for her. I didn't want her to choke. At first.
This revelation also causes the rest of the gang to identify each other's annoying habits. Robin is literally figurative, Ted is an overcorrector, and Lily is Chewbacca. But they all learn to embrace one another's eccentricities, just as we do with our loved ones all the time.
Are you literally on cloud 9 right now? Maybe you never have to take the bar again.
Actually, if he practices law in another state, he will have to. But New York, man!
Number 4. What happened last night? It's a tale as old as time. After we have one too many drinks, a night of fun becomes a total blur.
Drink. This brain is unstoppable. This brain.
And that's all I remember.
This was Ted when he woke up with a sprained ankle, a phone number on his arm, and a girl in his bed. It takes an entire episode to sort out all the unanswered questions. In the end, it turns out he fell off a table, was marked up by Carl, and spent the night with a girl he met at McLaren's.
We're young, we're drunk, half of us anyway, and we only get one life.
So I came over here. And now I'm really, really embarrassed.
The origin of the pineapple remained a mystery for some time, only being revealed in a deleted scene released years after the episode originally aired. Ted's incredibly lucky to have people who can help him piece everything together.
You turn off your brain for a night, and all you're left with the next day is a bad hangover, a sprained ankle, and a pineapple. Oh, and we never found out where that pineapple came from, but it was delicious.
Number 3. What am I doing with my life? It's fantastic when our closest friends tell us that they have exciting news.
I'm pregnant.
What? I've never seen that woman before in my life. Sorry, of course I haven't. Congratulations!
To Lily and Marshall.
However, that sometimes makes us wonder if we're measuring up to their success. Barney and Robin once reconsidered their careers and priorities after hearing that Marshall and Lily are expecting.
We have this program that helps those in need get back on their feet. We give them food, a place to live, clothes, job interviews.
Well, I would love to help by writing a check.
They push themselves to make decisions that could potentially change their lives. While Barney decides to spend his Christmas bonus on others, Robin decides to take a job that could eventually advance her career.
Well, you are looking at the new associate researcher at Worldwide News.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing news.
What changed your mind?
Marshall and Lily.
But both stop panicking and return to their old ways after finding out Lily isn't pregnant. Although Barney and Robin went to extremes, their existential freakouts are still relatable. Number 2. I'm too old for this stuff. After Ted turns 30, he takes inspiration from Lethal Weapon's Robert Murtaugh and creates a list of things he's officially too old to do.
It's sad to admit, but as you get older, there's just certain things you can't do anymore. That's why I have this list, so I never make the mistake of thinking that I can still pull an all-nighter.
Oh, I'm too old for that stuff.
Some of the items on the list include laser tag, getting an ear piercing, and doing laundry at your parents' place. Barney sees the list as a challenge and tries to complete it with Robin at his side.
Now, I am off to dye my hair a funny color, and then we are going to go to a rave.
Surprisingly, they would have made it if it weren't for that beer bong. This episode certainly rang true for anyone trying to hang on to their youth or put it in their rearview mirror.
Here's $30. Throw in the shoes. You win, Ted. I'll never do anything on the Murtaugh list again. I'm too old for this stuff.
Either way, the thought of drinking warm beer from a beer bong after a night at a rave should be a hard pass at any age. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Single versus coupled up. While Barney has single stamina, those in relationships can barely keep up.
To basic body language. But the point is, there are many ways to tell whether someone has single stamina or couples coma.
Pushing to make New Year's Eve special. The more Ted tried to make New Year's Eve memorable, the less he enjoyed it.
Now we get to party number 3 by 12:45. We celebrate the new year in Central Standard Time.
Marshall!
Rest, Ted.
Give what a rest.
Trying to turn this night into anything more than what it is, which is New Year's Eve, which is the single biggest letdown of a night every single year.
Going to a bad play. After Lily stars in a terrible production, everyone struggles not to be mean.
You have to stay.
This is the face of consumerism.
Oh my God, Ted's part of the play.
Defining the relationship. Barney and Robin struggle to give a label to their relationship.
Where do you see this relationship going? Oh my God, that sounds so cheesy.
I know, right?
Totally. But where do you see this relationship going?
I don't know.
Nothing good happens after 2 a.m. When the clock strikes 2, the decisions being made are likely the wrong ones.
Nothing's gonna happen.
Ted, what does your mom always say?
Nothing good ever.
Nothing good ever happens after 2 a.m. Go home.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Last words. One of the most heartbreaking moments on the show is sadly also the most relatable. After Marshall's father unexpectedly passes away, family members talk about the last words the patriarch shared with them.
And he said,
I will always be proud of you. Life is such a gift.
you know something gorgeous? I'm the luckiest man alive.
Marshall struggles to attach meaning to the final conversation he had with his dad. Fortunately, he realizes that his father left him a voicemail.
Oh, sorry about that, buddy. Anyway, your mom and I had such a great time seeing you. I love you.
The message is both sweet and a little odd.
My father's last words to me are, I love you.
Ooh, and let me know if you find my foot cream. The fungus thing's acting up again.
However, Marshall is still able to find closure and relief in hearing his father's voice one last time. For anyone who has lost a loved one, this moment is exceptionally meaningful. It's comforting to have even one extra memory of someone who's left us.
He decided to keep Marvin's real last words just for himself.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.